And the next, I think, are they couple? No, right? The next speech. Mitch and Nico.
To start, we'd like to thank Albert and Diana, and Mika and Santi for bringing us all here today. I don't think you can dream of a more picturesque wedding or breathtaking venue. This has far surpassed any of my expectations for coming out to Bali. And I think I speak for a lot of people over there that we're just grateful to be a part of this weekend. Before we came down here to Bali, we wanted to spend some time where Thad grew up in Singapore. And he didn't disappoint in serving as a great tour guide and also a great food guide. I think Albert was one to point out that I've grown a little bit over the last few months. And I fully blame your son and the last week for a lot of that. Definitely these pants are fitting a lot tighter than before I got on the plane. After Singapore, we flew down to Bali. And we've spent the week touring around Seminyak, Ubud, and Uluwatu, and we've been blown away by the experience. The great food, the lush landscapes, the somewhat raucous bachelor and bachelorette party, and jaw-dropping vistas like this one. But the one thing that's truly stood sort of as a constant throughout our time here has been the Singaporean and Indonesian hospitality. We're so full of gratitude and confidently can call our time here as something we will look back on. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mitch.
And I'm Nico. And for those of you who are wondering what this giant table of white people over here are, we all went to college with Thad. UW. The gentleman at the table, we all lived with Thad for the 4 years we were at the University of Washington, from the day we showed up in Seattle in 2008 to the day we graduated in 2012. It'll be 10 years in August, which is wild to think about. As Mitch and I sat down to think about what advice we might have to offer the newly wedded couple, to be honest, we were at a bit of a loss to begin with. Thad and Rachel are already basically connected at the hip. They do everything together. They've traveled the world together. They eat together. They do everything together. And you'd think through those experiences that would be enough to learn everything you need to know about the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. And then we thought about it some more, and we realized that the one thing that we shared with Thad that Rachel has yet to share is cohabitation, being roommates. Living with Thad is an experience. Like I mentioned, we lived together for 4 whole years, and I think that makes us uniquely qualified to discuss his particular quirks and qualities when it comes to being a roommate. So Rachel, Mitch, and I are going to take the rest of our time to tell you everything, the 5 things you need to know about living with Thad. Number 1, Rachel, if you walk into the bathroom and there's a puddle of water stretching from one wall to the other, first thing you're going to think, pipe's broken, something's leaking, but don't panic. Thad has just gotten out of the shower, and he hasn't learned how to do that without getting water everywhere.
Number 2, you'll be able to sleep confidently knowing that you're protected. And that's because Thad is a very adept firefighter. When a fire broke out in a trash can across the street sophomore year, Thad was the first one to spring into action, barely clothed, grabs a fire extinguisher, running out to save the neighborhood. However, being a good firefighter doesn't mean Thad also hasn't started some own fires in his day. One of them trying to deep fry some food, and another when he decided it would be the best way to get rid of a few broken chairs in our backyard to light them in fire, much to the distress of our neighbors.
Number 3, as we all know, Thad is a pretty mild-mannered guy. He's not one to yell or get noticeably mad, but he does have his passive-aggressive moments. Our junior year, when he felt that the other 8 guys in the house were not responsibly taking care of their dirty dishes, he decided to take it upon himself to hide every plate, bowl, and piece of silverware slowly over several months in an effort to teach us a lesson. So Rachel, if things just start to disappear, you might take a minute and wonder if Thad is trying to teach you a lesson.
I think we would all say Thad is a financially responsible man, frugal, good at saving, and not spending too much. But if you wake up early in the morning and Thad has mysteriously disappeared to go run errands, there is a strong possibility that he has bought a car, parked it in the driveway, not told anyone about it until somebody needs to move their car, comes in wondering whose car it is before he finally admits that he went and bought a car.
And number 5, absolutely most importantly, you're getting a roommate that is funny and loyal, who knows how to have a great time, who literally will drive to Canada to buy you lunch, and who won't hesitate to do whatever he can to help you in whatever way he can. And to that end, I've heard he has already converted the second bedroom in your house to a closet just for you. So Thad, you are without a doubt one of the best roommates a group of guys could ask for. And we are so excited that Rachel's going to get to experience that as well. So with that, to Thaddeus and Thad and Rachel and Rachel. All right, cheers. There you go. Cheers. Good job, Mitch.